Yeah, I know, kind of crazy. A lot was going through my mind coming back, obviously. I think especially through um, the first season, tossed the idea back and forth, and ultimately I decided that it wasn't a good fit. And I think there were a lot of reasons for that. I wasn't quite going through a divorce at the time of the decision-making process, but had I decided to, my divorce would have been on, and I think that would have been obviously very difficult. Reality TV isn't always great for relationships. On top of that, it was difficult to conceptualize the idea of Taylor and I, having to work together, because it's no secret that we were not close at the time. We weren't on great terms. And I think it was hard to really conceptualize the idea of her and I working closely together and allowing someone in my space and being okay with that, knowing that, it was obviously going to disrupt my peace and probably hers as well. And I think that as time went on, and then after my divorce and becoming a single mom, I think it started to make more sense. I think I also had done a lot of work on, where I was at with my past, with the whole swinging thing, the things in my marriage. I had come to terms with a lot of things, and I think I grew a lot as a person. And so between all of that and obviously being able to support my children, I think it all played a role in my decision to come back. And it was a hard decision to make, but I'm glad I did. And so for me, I think the way that I felt with Taylor coming out with it, when she said that everybody was hooking up with everyone, I was like, that's not what happened. And I think those are, a lot of narratives spun off from that. And so I think a lot of people assumed that it was way deeper, there was way more, there was these organizing swinging parties, and that's just simply not the way that it happened. But I was obviously still had too much guilt and shame to even admit the parts that I was involved in. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, from the audience perspective, I could see a lot of people maybe being even a little bit disappointed, just because there is an assumption that it was like way crazier than I feel like it was.
Right.
And maybe it was like super crazy, but from my perspective now, in the mindset I have now, looking back, I'm like, I don't really know that it was really that crazy.